Hi, my name is Natalie, and welcome to my professional philosophy. During most of my adolescence and college career, I had my heart set on being a clinical psychologist. Through interacting with classmates, colleagues, and professors, my love for teamwork and leadership began to grow. The thought of one-on-one sessions with patients started to sound dull. As a confused and conflicted college student, I wanted to continue to pursue my passion of psychology, but not in the same way I had originally intended. It was then my advisor recommended I may be happier studying IO psychology. 2 years later, I am now completing my first course as an IO psychology graduate student at EKU. As an IO psychologist, my philosophy is to enhance organizations through improving the individual worker first. There are companies that legitimately and sincerely care about their employees, and there are some that do not. During my career, I may work with an organization that is only interested in profits, and not the well-being of its employees. However, my allegiance lies with the worker first and the organization second. If the requests of a company breach my professional philosophy or the APA ethical principles of psychologists and code of conduct, I will clearly make this known. Specifically, Ethical Standard 1.03 states, if the demands of an organization with which psychologists are affiliated or for whom they are working conflict with this ethics code, psychologists clarify the nature of the conflict, make known their commitment to the ethics code, and to the extent feasible, resolve the conflict in a way that permits adherence to the ethics code. I wholeheartedly believe that any workplace can be enhanced through the understanding of psychology. The application of its findings will result in healthier people and improved human functioning, thus producing better work environments. As I continue to delve into the world of psychology, it is my top priority to uphold these values. My graduate school experience is the threshold between learning and practicing IO psychology. Therefore, it is very important to make the most out of this program and opportunity. Michael Jordan once said, "The game has its ups and downs, but you can never lose focus of your individual goals, and you can't let yourself be beat because of lack of effort." I know I'm not the only one who has had a fair share of ups and downs during my higher educational career. However, reaching small goals and achieving the big ones make all the stress and hard work worthwhile. My goals that will allow me to stay true to my professional philosophy are: first, to learn the information from the perspective of an IO psychologist and an incumbent worker. Our textbook, Psychology Applied to Work, does an outstanding job of getting an inside look into a plethora of occupations, organizations, and roles. It gives specific examples of how an issue affects different workers. For instance, Munchinsky and Howes discuss that individuals who have the responsibility of euthanizing animals are more reluctant to discuss their work than were their counterparts, due to the stigma surrounding their job. In my opinion, understanding work from the employee's point of view is the key that unlocks the true potential of an organization. My second goal is to truly learn the content taught in my courses as comprehensively as possible. Memorizing and regurgitating information can pass classes, but applying it is a different matter entirely. I want to be successful at my job, whatever it may be, not only for myself, but also for the individuals I will be working with and for. My last goal is to complete this IO program so I can find a career and make a difference in the workforce and its employees. I feel that my purpose in life is to help others. I have chosen to be an IO psychologist to help people in a very stressful but useful part of life. I don't just want to receive my degree. I want to leave the door open to continue my education if I choose to do so one day. I am considering getting an MBA or a PhD in IO psychology. Whatever path I decide to take in the future solely depends on the steps I take now. The first step is to spend sufficient time studying, thus allowing it to sink into my long-term memory. By critically thinking about my studies, I will be able to use them in countless situations when I finally become an IO psychologist. Second is to complete assignments on time. Being punctual is an important quality of success. Instead of papers, quizzes, and projects, one day I will have deadlines. I will use this as practice for the assignments I will have as an IO psychologist. Third is to complete work to the best of my abilities. In order to receive the best education throughout this program, I must also put in hard work. Trying my best will ensure that I am truly learning from the courses. In return, I will be able to help employees in the workplace. The last step is to stay positive. Shawn Achor explains in his talk, The Happy Secret to Better Work, that the brain in positive works significantly better as opposed to negative, neutral, or stressed. This increases energy levels, creativity, and intelligence. By keeping a positive attitude, I will maximize my potential, becoming a better student, and preparing myself as a practicing IO psychologist. IO psychology involves two broad disciplines, psychology and business. Both of these fields depend on interpersonal skills to function properly, no matter if the psychologist is a researcher or practitioner. Interacting with others is arguably the most important part of the job. Although others will be looking to us for answers, I think the most important interpersonal skill is listening. IO psychologists try to find solutions to problems related to humans in the workplace. We must thoroughly investigate our evidence to come to the correct diagnoses. Our most important guide is the people we work with, whether they are workers, managers, or executives. Carefully listening to what they say is a must for the job. Incumbents often know more about a specific task, trade, or occupation. IO psychologists depend on their information to make improvements and solutions. Lillian Muller Gilbreth said that the human being is the most important element in industry. This still holds true today. Another interpersonal skill needed in this profession is effective communication. IO psychologists are the links connecting science and practice. The companies that use our services need us to translate the complex jargon of the field into a language they can understand, such as efficiency, productivity, and sales. Thurgood explains, being able to effectively translate what we do for those unfamiliar with our science in an easily understandable and convincing manner is critical not only to obtaining sustainable business opportunities, but also to ensuring that we have a lasting impact on organizational effectiveness in the 21st century. Graduate school gives me plenty of opportunities to develop these interpersonal skills. For instance, EKU has weekly on-campus events, formal and informal. In fact, I attended a graduate reading and writing workshop a few weeks ago. Another way I can improve my professional interpersonal skills is through making lasting relationships with classmates and professors. Finding colleagues now will help me prepare for the future endeavors in the field. Also, we can use each other's help with work once we're established. Besides connecting with students, I also plan to start learning from experienced IO psychologists. While writing the Theory to Practice essays, I've asked about actual experience from people working in human resources, consulting, and analysis. Lastly, I want to communicate with the field and actively participate by obtaining a membership with SIOP. Hopefully, I will be able to attend IO conferences and workshops. Now that I am 8 weeks into my graduate program, I have developed a professional philosophy that will follow me through the rest of my IO career. In this short amount of time, I have set goals and established a strategy to achieve these goals. This first course makes me eager to learn more about IO psychology. I am one step closer from landing my dream job to help others in the workforce. Thank you.